Alrighty. Spawning on the bottom right side. The purple Zerg from Born Gosu. It is Mr. Psyrex. And on the top left, playing as random and got Protoss right now. Also from Born Gosu, playing from Korea. It is NewMetaNoob. Alright. NewMetaNoob is a random player. He knows he's up against a Zerg. This pylon is for a one-base shenanigan kind of play, but goes for a gateway. Psyrex just decides he's gonna go for hatch first. Since Zerg then generally is probably the least affected race from playing against random, since you can always just start hatch first with the first overlord, seeing what's gonna be happening here. But kind of a strange wall here from NewMetaNoob, but we'll see if that's gonna be taken advantage of as he goes for that gate nexus expand. And we'll be seeing a cybercore here soon. There we go. It's gonna be a 1-unit wall here, or gap rather. And we see no workers on gas just yet. Already long distance mining from his natural base. Not sure if that's entirely intended, as he pulls them back and puts them into the gas. Sees the probe, should see this nexus and the lack of a wall. And must be wondering what he's gonna be facing. He does go for the early forlings. We are supply blocked here, and getting a stalker. This is rather unfortunate. Both of these things finish at the same time, so gonna be supply blocked for the longest of time. But luckily for him, Psyrex decides to just stay at home, play a bit more defensive, and sees the third base being put down, and NewMetaNoob should be in a more comfortable spot. So this pylon, okay, this is gonna be an open wide wall. Stalker shooting away at the Overlord. For a moment he was gonna throw down a robo there, but maybe since the Overlord was going into that direction, he decided not to. There you go. He's just waiting until the Overlord dies. Supply blocks Psyrex for a bit, but we have 2 Overlords on the way as well as the Baiting Nest. And maybe just for precaution, doesn't quite know what is going on. As we do see here a robo into Twilight. Potentially DTs. As this is accumulating quite a bit of a gas bank here. And Psyrex now hammering away at the Zergling button. Seeing that there's no proper wall here, we'll see how the Protoss player will deal with this. Now he also gets a third Nexus, also quite exposed, with not really a proper setup for a wall off here on this side. Now we see this gigantic
There's a lot of Zerglings.
Zergling force here, running straight into NewMetaNoob's natural, and there's not gonna be all too much here. He's just gonna straight up run. Okay, never mind.
There's just a shield battery.
Force fielded. And
He's gonna need that shield battery for sure.
he is gonna indeed need that overcharge. He has the energy, and that's Bailing's just morphing right in front of.
And he activates the nuclear battery, and the lings are starting to fade.
He did start up
Glaives, are a lot of Banelings.
I think we are not gonna see these Glaves in action as Pylon gets depowered. A lot of probes falling. Another run of probes just running away from the Baileys. Immortal gets surrounded. That's really not a good usage of this high tech and expensive unit. But see here that maybe Protoss isn't NewMetaNoob's forte. Seems a
His
bit lost
gateways have
on.
been restored. He can warp in some units now, but
That is indeed the
it's
case.
looking quite dire.
Yeah, the army supply here is really just not really existing here for NewMetaNoob, as he has one adept out somewhere. There you go, here in the main. A lot of probes falling. Another adept here warped in, and GG is called.
Glaves?
And we will see what NewMetaNoob is gonna get. And it is a ZVZ this time around. Not sure what NewMetaNoob's main race is, but we might get a glimpse of that as we go further into the series. Both of them probably just gonna opt for a hatch first.
So in my experience, I think for the years I've seen NewMetaNoob play, I think NewMeta is always queued as random for everything.
Oh, okay. That is very interesting then.
Yeah. So I don't know if there is such thing as a main race for this player.
Well, we'll see how this game's gonna go. As
Yeah, I'm quite interested to see how it'll go.
see a bit of an earlier gas here, and probably a bit of an earlier pull as well. As he pulled the drones off the mineral line to get these things started, whereas Psyrex is just gonna rally his drones to make stuff as well as mine the gas. Probably gonna get a few seconds of an earlier speed. Nothing too crazy though. But for now, so far, gonna be standard play. Sarek's also seeing that Overlord flying in, knows what his opponent is, and can already try to have a game plan in his mind. And as we can see here, link speed starting up around like 6 seconds or something faster. But Sarek's deciding to move out with links and see what he can see from NewMetaNoob's side of the map. Also, NewMetaNoob is gonna do the same thing. But okay, for now we already are seeing a bit of a... Okay, never mind. NewMetaNoob is also going for the boost. But Cyrix, I think, just prefers to have this Evo Chamber wall in ZVZ.
It's shield from the main links.
As we can see here, Cyrix caught a glimpse of that Bailing Nest starting up. And NewMetaNoob as well. But he does go for that melee upgrade. And we see here a very interesting upgrade coming from NewMetaNoob. But we shall see what he's gonna plan to do with this.
Is that burrow being researched?
That is indeed what is being researched here in the bit of a Zergling poking here. See more links in production from both sides, as they both know what's coming ahead of them. +1 Carapace started from NewMetaNoob. Banelings morphing on this side, which is quite a bit far off from this third base. Might lose this third base before he can even have his Banelings ready to defend this. Which is quite a bit of a blunder, to be honest. He basically just lost that for free.
Got caught out, and Hatchery has fallen.
He is up in workers, however, there's... Oh my goodness, there's a huge connection coming down here. We're in NewMetaNoob. I mean, those Psyrex should be the one with the more reliable ping, but seeing up into the high ground is going to be a bit difficult. Oh, that is quite nasty. Setting up bailing traps, but I think even without this, he could just park a bailing here and it's going to be exploding by itself, but we'll see if it's going to be having any effect here as Cyrex doesn't stream any bailings. All the
Big
Zerglings from
explosion.
NewMetaNoob gets exploded, and the landmine detonates on all the bailings. However, there are no units here left for NewMetaNoob.
The spine crawler will fall, and the lings and the drones are fighting to the death.
Yeah, Cyrex's +1 melee kicked in, and he's making very good use of that, being very aggressive.
The queens are trying to tank, but the transfuse lands, but I don't think it's enough.
Queen barely survives with 3 HP. Actually, he could just burrow every single drone here, and Cyrex cannot do anything. Though he still has to take care of these things, streaming non-stop into his base, and GG is called. And it's gonna be...
The third race we haven't seen it yet. It's Terran.
Okay. Something got cancelled here. I think he's just gonna go for a 12 pull. Banking that it's gonna be either Zerg or Protoss.
And there it is. Pull time.
But this is probably the worst race to go 12 pull against, as Terrans usually just quickly wall off, and there's nothing you can achieve much with only links. But we do see a gas first here from NewMetaNoob, and the barracks to follow that up. We'll see if he's gonna be going for that scout, as still would prefer to see that it's an early pull from Psyrex. There you go, 3 links already being made here. 3 pairs of links, rather. Still no scout from NewMetaNoob. Maybe he will scout with this SCV here from the Rex, but I fear that might be too late, as he might have an open wall here. And will be forced to fight with the SCVs.
This Reaper's got a lot of work to do. As
Well,
the lings are approaching.
given enough time... Okay, there you go. There's the depot wall, and that's the end of this aggression. The Reaper can pretty much just kill everything here, given that the depots are gonna be repaired.
Oh, worker goes
Yes.
down.
SCV building the depot, but
About as
Oh.
good as you can possibly get, and running into a full wall.
pretty much even going down to get some more damage off on the links. But no follow-up aggression here, as the NewMetaNoob is in the dark as to what Cyrex is up to. This Reaper should be moving across the map and get some more info on what Psyrex is doing, but for now he seems to
In your experience,
get
Ashen, have you done 12 pull versus Terran?
yes, but it's on the back of a roach all-in. As you can see, these links are just a bit of a wasted
Yeah,
supply as they could have been drones.
yeah, I definitely think 8 lings is probably 3/4 too much. So I think 6 is the max you should make off a 12 pull. But I could be wrong. But that's what I saw. Sue, the Zerg player, that's how he prefers to open, if he does it.
Well, Psyrex had no indication or no info whatsoever that it was a ZVT, so
That is
in the
true.
case of CVP and ZVZ, the A-links would have been the preferred amount, I think. Overlord gets a full scout off, maybe even gets to see this building here, but I don't think he clicked on that in the fraction of a second that it spotted it. We see a quick clear here from Psyrex. No third base taken. Oh, there it is. I am unable to see the purple thing here on the map. And he's just gonna happily drone away. Already going up. 6 workers.
Spreading his
And
creep across the map. Getting some map vision.
that is gonna be very beneficial. For now, both of them wanting to mine quite a lot of gas. So I'm curious where this is gonna go as we see Blue Flame being researched, Cyclones and Hellions being made, Armory, Starport.
Curious what to see. Will there be what tech choice Cyrex will go into after Lings? But looks like we're gonna need some queens and lings here to defend these Hellions if they're poking around.
Gets a pretty decent volley here, gets quite a lot of links actually. And drives away again. Leaves some more creep. More Hellions on the way, as well as a Cyclone. And this is hitting at a rather awkward timing here for Cyrex, as the armor should be done as well. So these Hellions could be morphed into Hellbat any second, or he could just be cutting them back.
Good amount
Does
of
lose
lings
2
goes down.
Hellions. Trade was really good here actually for NewMetaNoob.
Yeah, anytime you can be trading versus lings, it's great.
Third command center on the way.
A lot more lings
Another
coming out.
factory.
Drones being roasted at the third. Can he
And
catch
I
him?
should see this blue flames, but he does get a good surround and loses quite a bit
Yes.
of DPS actually from morphing the Hellions into Hellbats. Gets a surround on the rest of the rallied factory units and everything is cleaned up for Cyrex. And with his fire finishing up, as well as with the banked resources, we're probably gonna see quite a lot of flyers out. Not sure if NewMetaNoob is gonna be prepared for this, as his only anti-air for now is the Cyclone. Does scan the main, misses the Spire and the Leer. So that is very unfortunate.
Yeah, NewMeta's
As
starting to power up his third base economy. But he's got to deal with these Mutas now. Cyclones do quite some nice damage. Oh! Hellbat gets picked out.
everything is just gonna get cleaned up, and NewMetaNoob really needs to get some anti-air going.
He's building some turrets now.
Oh, all of these lock-ons onto the mutas are gonna be very dangerous.
Ooh, Amuta
Loses one.
falls.
Still really good for Psyrex, as more lock-ins happening. And 2 turrets actually gonna
Loses
fend
another
off
2
this
mutas.
mutas. GG is called, and I think that
GG.
was a bit premature, honestly. And
Got the big map here, altitude. For game number 4.
NewMetaNoob getting turn again. Wanting to get that
Yes.
low ground wall off.
Yeah, his Terran looked pretty clean, I'd say.
Might be his best race so far.
Yeah, it definitely looked solid.
We see another gas burst opener from NewMetaNoob.
Yeah, I'm hoping here Cyrex can keep his head on straight, because he's playing well. Just needs to keep his head in the game.
Definitely. I think he was probably in a bit of a lead there with the mutas, as he can just keep map control until there's a sufficient amount of cyclones that can lock onto the mutas. But
Yeah,
until then, he can snipe add-ons, get some workers here and there, some Hellions.
yeah, I will like them see to drop the hatch and then spend some money and get some more stuff out. Yeah, new meta is expanding here.
Bit of an odd choice to go for the CC before the orbital, but surely he has his own plan. Going for a factory again, and with Psyrex being here outside of natural, should be able to see that Reaper coming in. But either way, should be prepared with queens and the links hatching. Link speed started, pulled off of gas, and should be able to see this Reaper get fended off. Even microing here a little bit. Does he get a Ling, or does get a Ling? And Psyrex just decides to get the other third base. Probably gonna get off every single Ling here. Not sure if it was necessary for him to lose all that, but he does manage to get this third base off a peace of mind. Maybe even delaying NewMetaNoob from overexerting him from microing this Reaper too much. We have the Hellions in production, as well as the starport.
What do you think his starport unit of choice will be here after the Hellions?
It might be Banshees, since that's usually the common thing here to do with the Hellions. Could be a Lib
Seeing
as well.
players definitely do Vikings and Libs as well, though. Ooh, you might be right here.
Or maybe it's gonna be the Raven again, like he preferred it last game. Does
Fast
seem
armor.
to prefer going for these for this 1-2-1 setup.
Yeah, he's teching hard.
Meanwhile, we see another quick clear from Psyrex.
Blue flame for the Hellions is being
And
researched.
early gas as well. So this is almost an exact copy from last game. Minus the fact that Psyrex didn't go for his well full. So we'll see what these Hellions are gonna do this time around. Liberator queued up as well. Just gonna be poking away at this queen.
Ooh,
Hits
bounces
even
queen
the
and
grenade.
swipes it.
And Raven just chilling here. Queued up for some harassment into the main base with the turrets. So you do see quite a bit of links on the way, and Hellions being morphed into Hellbats with Blue Flame finishing in 9 seconds. Could be a bit of an anti-timing here. Few probes getting killed off here by the turret. But as
Queen's fall.
Queen's just being roasted here by the Hellbats.
And the blue flame Hellbats shred the Lynx.
Oh, this is a bit of an awkward position here as
Cyclone
both
falls
of
to the
them.
Lynx. But Hellbats continue to tear into the natural. The repair has been activated here on the wall of the Terran player.
Yeah, neither of them really getting the damage in that they were
And
hoping to
over
do.
on Zerg's side, he cleans it up.
But I do think we have some drone deaths as well here, and
Yes.
actually it did favor NewMetaNoob here with how many links Psyrex lost.
Yeah,
But it's not
4
the end of the
workers
world.
died on top of all the army damage. And the
See
Hellbats are
another
still showing up
scuffle here with the
the
Liberator
Liberator.
and more Hellbats streaming in. Killing a larva on the ground, being unsieged. Still taking damage. Might have to be careful here, not lose it to the drone. So we hear another Liberator getting killed off in the main base, and Hellbats just dashing away. Meanwhile, Psyrex decides he needs to do counter damage right this moment. Breaches into the natural base, and his Roach Ravager army just gonna wreak havoc in his natural. Meanwhile, the Hellbat is still... Okay, now it does get cleaned up. But now, NewMetaNoob is in quite of a trouble here with this Banshee only halfway down. Not even halfway, but all these SCVs are gonna be falling prey to the Roach Ravager ending force here from Psyrex.
Yeah,
Cyclone being
absolutely
made.
tearing through all the Terran workers.
SCVs fighting back, punching against those pesky
No.
little Zerglings.
These SCVs don't have a home, and their economy is stopped for Terran completely.
Pretty much being at 0 minerals here. Using the every last bit to repair these. This Banshee needs to do a hell of a lot of work here, and we see that every single SCV is probably gonna get picked off here. More links and roaches streaming in. Roaches picking off the add-ons. Cyclone popping out, and maybe get off 1, 2...
Trades
off
for
Roach.
1 roach only.
Banshees are eventually gonna clean this up, but we are sitting here at 11 workers, 10 more are gonna be falling. Terran base is in complete shamble as buildings are burning down. Starport just got destroyed here by the flames. Factory burning down as well. More add-ons being picked off. But he decides he wants to just throw down the Mulehammer and see where he's gonna go at. Even having his third base here,
Yeah,
landing
this
most
is
of
his
them.
last life in the best of series, so he's playing it out till the very end.
That is the case indeed.
But he's got 3 orbital commands, I understand why.
These Banshees will have to do quite a bit of work here to even come close to the damage that he has suffered.
At the
As
very
well as the
least,
Ravens.
he's gonna have to keep him contained for a long, long time. But here they come, peppering on some workers.
2 drones. And with Hydras being out, I think these Banshees without Cloak are not going to be able to
There's
do much.
triple spore in the main, but none in the natural. So he's heading down that way. But there's Hydras. One to get sniped out by the turret. And the Ravens get away for 6 workers in 1 army.
Quite okay, but honestly, that isn't going to stop Psyrex from just walking across the map.
He's gonna avalanche him here, and let's see how he deals. So he's gonna have the planetary.
Sees the planetary, decided it's going to be...
Yeah, he's getting some Ravager support while his units continue to pile up.
He actually quite managed to get a bit of workers out already again.
Yep.
So, if Cyrus is not careful here, he might let NewMetaNoob back into the game here.
Yeah, he decides to go around. He doesn't want to fight on the planetary.
Which is good.
But he
a
gets
roach kill
lured
for free.
away and decides, hey, I'm gonna go straight for the natural. A depot falls. The factory's providing a very thick wall otherwise.
This is already, again, another
But
very uncomfortable situation for NewMetaNoob.
the supply difference is not close.
Indeed, as
And
his
there is
own
just
factory,
more.
well, working against him now.
There is just more Zerg. And NewMetaNoob is struggling to hold.
Yeah, he just suffered way too much damage in the initial attack. Nothing he can really do much now, and GG is called. And Cyrex takes the series.